Hello. The early 90s were golden years in MS-DOS gaming, as we know, even if I was just a babby when most of these games were released. I still played them fairly extensively, being the one kid who was stuck playing Monster Bash and Wolfenstein when friends at the time were pioneering the PlayStation frontier. One of these DOS games that predate yours truly by a few months was Word Rescue, an edutainment game by Redwood Games, a little known company mainly known for this game really as well as its less stellar mathematics sequel. I only owned the first episode of the game in a physical sense, the shareware episode of the game being crammed into this cool little CD featuring a lot of my old favorite games. I implore you to forgive the garbo quality of the picture, but the disc was given to me by a friend years ago, so consider this a respectful payback. Here's his finest work. So, with all that out of the way, let's check out the game itself. This worm of a man called Benny asks for your name and lets you pick between young Duke Nukem and a girl I couldn't think a reference for. Then, of course, we'll need a reason to rescue all the words, and here it is as follows. These savages, called Gruzzles, are completely illiterate, and instead of embracing education, adaptation, and possible indoctrination, end up repeating the mistakes of those who came before them, for people who do not know their past cannot control their present to prepare for their future. And then upon us falls the task of rescuing the words from these book Luddites, and the punishment for their nonconformity is death by Benny and his bucket of liquid concrete. Phew. So, the gameplay is your standard-esque platforming tied to the educational puzzle element, where you have to bonk these boxes to reveal a word, and then find the picture that matches it from another box. You do this to 7 words each level, after which Benny, through the process of a painfully long check, gives you the key to the next level, where you repeat the very same over again. You can also earn extra points by gathering books, labeled as books, and by completing the bonus word at the bottom of the screen by collecting the letters in order, and as you progress through the game, the words get harder, as in slightly longer, and being behind more painstaking platforming. So in essence, only the platforming and the gameplay itself gets harder, and the puzzle element or educational element not so much, but it did serve its purpose back in the day. Especially for me, since I got to play this at an age range when it was, well, fairly suitable for me, around 5 to 8 years old, before compulsory English in Finnish education started right at the first year. And it did give me a genuine little head start, as did the games of the year in general. Start.bat was actually the first words I learned to type on a computer, so yeah, I have genuinely some very happy memories about this one. But besides the novelty value, I don't really get a lot out of it anymore, understandably so. But the nostalgia value is there, and that in itself makes it worth revisiting for me time and again. Okay, back to the game itself. The graphics are nice and crisp, and while not amazing, I think they are memorable enough. It's just the locked frame rate that starts to get hard on the eyes quickly. The platforming itself isn't stellar, and by no means is it the best in edutainment or, well, platforming in general, but it's nice, and that's the adjective I'd use to describe it. And it did seem to be nice enough, since the full version of the game sold enough to warrant the sequel and the eventual disaster that was Pickle Wars. If you had to choose between one of the games from this trilogy, then I certainly recommend this one, since the quality went downhill with each passing product. And, well, I've honestly exhausted everything I have to say about this game, so yeah, that's Word Rescue for you. Still here? Okay, well, now I don't usually do this being talks unrelated to the game in question, but I felt like I should apologize for the staggering lack of regularity or scheduling These videos are a passion project, I'd say, and I really wish I had more time and energy to work on them. I've had a lot going on, as anyone does, to be fair, and I'm still looking for the format for these videos that suit me the best. I know even this video wasn't the most pleasantly edited thing, but most of the time the sort of inspiration just doesn't come easy. Then there's also the few videos that are completely unrelated to old PC gaming on my channel, and that's just because I want to latch onto these video ideas as they come, and I realize that this discrepancy can be off-putting, but in the end I just want to conquer my own little corner of the internet, and you are all welcome to join the Zaibatsu with me. So, with that being said and done, I thought I'd just let you know that I genuinely appreciate the views, likes, subscriptions, and the occasional nice comments on the videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Keep on keeping on.